Hey guys, today's video is going to come to you in several parts, the first of which is the intro. Right guys, let's zoom in a bit. Way, there we are. Yeah, a bit closer now. Right guys, it's been an odd couple of days because I'm unwell. I think everything's just caught up with me and I've come down with a bug. I thought it was a migraine. Yesterday I had to call short a meeting that was supposed to go on all day and head home. Hey guys, I do not feel good today. I'm actually having to come home. I don't know how well I'm talking at the moment. I've got a migraine and that's why I'm having to come home early from an all-day set of meetings and strategy meetings. So I'm a bit annoyed at the moment. I don't like having to call off illness reasons, but what can you do, eh? I feel like when you're in this sort of situation, you end up letting people down, and I don't like to do that. I feel like I'm seconds away from throwing up. Everything is causing me issues. It's too bright, it's too loud, the smells are too intense. Everything just, I just feel like sickness. So I'm going to get home as quick as I can, lie down in a dark room, and try and get through this. I do not feel good at all. And as a result of that, I spent most of last night and most of that yesterday afternoon, in fact, in bed because I was just ill. This morning I felt a bit better, so I've tried to get things done, and then I couldn't focus on doing the comic. It just wasn't working, so I went out of town to do the casework that I needed to. And I was getting lightheaded and sick in town. So I came home and I spent most of the rest of the day just sat on a sofa trying to watch a few videos on YouTube because I couldn't move and I couldn't do anything. I think I've just got a bug. I'm okay for the moment. I've managed to get back into the office and I don't feel too bad, but I don't feel great. I'm not 100%. I'm hoping I'm alright for tomorrow because I don't want to lose more days, but I've had to call off the thank you party that I was supposed to be going to tonight because Chris Green's hosting his thank you drinks reception for people that helped with his election campaign, and I was supposed to be at that because I helped out. I can't go. If I get off this chair I'll feel dizzy and that's not good, so I'm going to stay here. Got myself a can of Coke. I'm going to try and play some games, basically try and catch up a bit on the stuff I've been collecting over the years. Let's see how I get on with that. But I still don't feel 100%, so staying away was probably the best idea. I don't want to give anyone else this bug for a start. Right, so I'm just going to sit here and like wallow in self-pity. Oh, there is one thing I was supposed to talk about yesterday. Well, a few days ago I won an auction for a Game Gear game. It's a special Game Gear game. It's the last one that was ever released for the Game Gear, and it's Super Battle Tank by Majesco, who you might remember are the people who got the rights to make a new version of the Game Gear, which isn't compatible with the Master Gear Converter and things like that. But they also released a few games. One of them is Super Battle Tank, which was originally designed and written in like 1992. It's a Gulf War version of Battlezone, I think it is, the Atari, the old Atari tank battle game. That's what this is, essentially. But it wasn't released in 92, it was held off, and it was released in 2001, making it the latest game that there is on the Game Gear, so pick that up. So, well, I'll get a copy, because I think we need it for the collection. Sadly, it didn't come with a case. I'm going to have to find some spare cases. I might end up having to buy a load off eBay or something like that. But while I was down in town for the casework, I had a wandering game because it's next to the town hall, and I just wanted to have a look around because people have mentioned that they have some caps going cheap. So I got myself a Sega Mega Drive cap. Very nice. Like this Mega Drive thing that they got going on here. And yeah, because the white cap that I tend to wear in the sun, it gets marks on it, let's put it that way. It gets dirt and fingerprints and a bit grubby because it's bright white. So I thought, I'll get myself a black cap, because that way it'll hide the fingerprints. Yeah, so it won't have to be cleaned quite as often as the white one, which I'm always worried that it'll break. You know, if you wash it too much, it'll lose its stiffness, you know? That's what I'm worried about. So maybe one I can wash once a month instead of once every couple of days might go better. Alright, I'm waffling now. I still don't feel very good. but I'm hopefully better soon. Anyway, I'm gonna play some games now, so I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys. Right, I've spent essentially the last 2 days in bed. I've been out trying to get stuff done, but it hasn't worked because I have been very ill. I don't know what's been wrong, but I'm currently loaded up on ibuprofen so that things don't hurt. I've got the little, I don't know whether you can see, but these turn up all over my skin when I'm ill. So I know I'm ill because that's an autoimmune response. And as a result, I've lost 2 days essentially, which means I've got a lot to do over this weekend. I have an inquiry on Lee Hall coming up on Monday. It's an inquiry that's plagued me since I got on the council 2 years ago. And it should have been resolved earlier this year. Wasn't. We got delayed. It's a mess. But it starts on Monday. I have most of my documentation in files over in the corner. All those files that's behind the big light rig, they're all my council documentation. They're ready for me to grab and go. However, I need to go through it, make sure it's all up to date, make sure I can counter all of the claims that have come in from the developers who are appealing against the decision to dismiss their planning application. That's what this is all about, which means I've got a lot of work this weekend. I also have videos to edit for Jen because I haven't got them. I haven't been able to do them because I was ill for the last 2 days, essentially. I'm running behind schedule massively. It's a bit stressful, but I'm alright with stress. Stress is fine. It's actually how you get through the day, and it means it's got a lot of work. So basically I've got a day and a half to do 3 days work. It's possible to do, but I've got to get on with it. So I don't know how good this vlog's going to be. It'll probably end up being stuck in with the very little footage I've got for the other days. We'll see how we go, but I've got to get to it now. Right, that's all of this week's all of the house done. Well, this week, next week's all of the house scripted, and it comes from an old set of scripts that I just found on the shelves next to the camera here. Usually I mark off when I've used them, and these don't have any marks on, so I'm going to assume that I haven't used them. But I've taken the ideas from these old sketches and made an entire week's worth of comics out of it. Political comics, which are fun. It's like all of the house started off as like a legal monster urban fantasy comedy thing, which I'm not entirely sure worked. And we turned it into a kind of internet version of Yes Minister. And I think that works an awful lot better. It's still got the old wackiness, still the urban fantasy thing with Tessera being able to use magic and summon monsters and things like that. But it's got more of a political edge because I think Jen and I are both reasonable at the satirical stuff with the news topics, so that kind of helps us do that. As a result, we just got 5 days of political comics, which should work quite well. I hope, anyway. Most of the dialogue's alright. It needs a little bit of tightening up, but I can do that at any point before I release, really. So that'll be fun. But I'm not well. I'm really not well, so I may end up having a break at this point and see how we go from there.
I'm reading the council documents later.
Right, we can but hope that I've got enough information there. I'm going to have to go through it again tomorrow, but I've got a good outline, about 7 pages of notes now, and it's a decent write-up. So, hopefully I've got enough information here to make a decent case when I go and speak at this appeal. A lot of this is stuff that I've already either put to the original committee when the application first came through, or originally submitted at the last time that the appeal was being heard and then got delayed. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully I've got enough here. But I've got more work to do now. I haven't done any of the Knobmouse stuff. I'm going to leave the scripting until tomorrow morning and do that before I get on with the other stuff. And then we'll see how it goes from there. So tonight, well, it's 20 to midnight at the moment, and unfortunately, because I've spent most of the last couple of days asleep, I'm not tired. So I'm going to try and work on and see whether I can get the sketches for all of the house done. So Go do that after I finish this cup of tea. And yes, by the way, I am starting to feel better. Hopefully, I'm over the worst of it, because I certainly need to be over the worst of it when I get to this committee on Monday, because I need to be on my best in order to reply to whatever questions come. That's gonna have to be it, guys. My arm is killing me. I'm still not used to drawing so much these days. I'm gonna have to get back into it. But for the moment, zoom in a bit, because it's important. For the moment, that's pretty much it. It's now 10 to 2 in the morning. I think its timer went off now, so I'm not gonna edit this tonight. I'm gonna have to edit it in the morning, which adds a little bit to the time, but oh well. That's all for tonight. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.